Hi everyone, this is Nova Lee, and today I'm going to make for you my famous raw vegan sushi. Step by step, I'm going to show you exactly how it works because a lot of you have been asking for my pictures on Facebook. And I do have a video or two actually on my raw vegan sushi, which I made with macadamia nuts in the rice to make the rice the consistency I wanted. But I've since improved the recipe and I use chia seeds now for their superior health benefits, as well as they actually give a good texture and they absorb water and make a stickiness, so sticky rice for sushi. Let me show you how it works. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking me about how to make the cauliflower rice that I use in my raw vegan sushi, and the answer is very simple. In my other videos I used macadamia nuts, so it literally is two ingredients. It's the cauliflower and then it's the fat source. Now, macadamia nuts are going to make a richer rice, an almost buttery rice, like buttered rice. But the chia seeds is what I use now, and they actually absorb a little bit of the moisture from the cauliflower and get sticky, and that helps the rice to stick in the rolls, as well as chia seeds. These are the organic white chia from Edison Granary. They are really good for you. Like, they have the omega-3s and all sorts of other health benefits that I'll have to tell you about another time. But if you had to choose between chia seeds and mac nuts as far as health goes, chia seeds win hands down. So this actually makes my recipe healthier. And let's get about making some rice. Start with the cauliflower, take off the green, crumble it up. Then grab your chia seeds first, and you will need a food processor, and sprinkle those in. Sprinkle in, I'd say, about 1/3 cup, and you're just gonna let those get a little broken up first before you add the cauliflower. They're not too loud in there. And that's just turning them into a powder. Shouldn't take long. And you do want to crumble this up a little bit smaller than what I had just showed you coarsely chopped. And that's because if you have any too big chunks in here, you'll be left with big pieces that didn't get ground up into the rice. And you don't want to be having to process this too much because you don't want a liquid or a puree of cauliflower. You want granular rice grains of cauliflower. So by keeping the pieces small now, you won't have to process very much, and you'll get a nice texture to your rice. So I found in this size of a food processor, you don't want to add more than 1 head of cauliflower at a time, because that pretty much takes you to the top of the container. So just 1 head of cauliflower and about 1/3 cup of chia seed is the perfect proportion to start your batch. Then if you need more rice than this, just go ahead and make a second batch separately. Okay? So we're not going to do the we're just going to do the pulse, because again, we don't want this to get too processed. See cauliflower fall into the blaze like that, and the chia seed getting picked up there. Now let's open it up. Give it one quick handy dandy scrape down with our spatula just to keep things even. And let's do it one more quick pulse just to mix it all up. Alright, here we go. Sushi rice. Yummy, sticky, raw vegan sushi rice. So getting down to the sushi end of things, what I have here already prepared, and I'll show you how to cut these later on in the video for those of you who wonder, but just for people that feel they already have that part down, I want to get right to assembly. We have some peeled carrot strips here, some nicely julienned baby Persian cucumber for tenderness, and then this is just a red bell pepper in strips, a little bit of avocado sliced up over there. This is the cauliflower rice I just showed you how to make. And a sheet of nori. You can use raw nori or toasted, your choice. I hear that the raw is a little bit chewier and that the texture is better with toasted, but if you're 100% raw, you want to obviously use raw nori. And finally, I have here miso, and this is a chickpea miso. It's completely soy-free. Its ingredients are organic whole chickpeas, organic handmade rice koji, sun-dried sea salt, and Blue Ridge Mountain well water with koji spoons, which are what give it that healthy fermented food quality. And this is the brand here, in case you're wondering. There's probably better brands that are less processed, but here's Miso Master, 100% chickpea miso. So we just go ahead and place a few little handfuls of the rice, kind of the same amount of rice that you would see in a traditional cooked rice wrap. And then you just use your fingers to, should look about like that. It doesn't need to be perfect because it'll kind of perfectify itself when we roll it. So that's all you really need here for this part. Then I like to take some of my beautiful cucumber that I've julienned, and I'll just put that on this side so you guys can see it. Then we're gonna need to move the camera about that much, more or less, depending on whether you like that or you want to add sprouts or other chopped vegetables that I didn't include here. So here's your overview shot. You've got, like I said, the miso on one side, the cauliflower and the cucumber on the other side. We're going to reach over here and grab some of our beautiful carrot ribbons and run those along the other side of the cauliflower. And they don't need to be straightened out. They work fine all curled up like that. Again, depending on how thick you want your roll, you just need to make sure you have enough vegetables that'll make a nice round. Got a red bell pepper. Lay that down for us. I'm gonna say 4 pieces is good, especially when bell pepper is so expensive. At least the organic kind is. And then finally, over here is our avocado. And if you're a low-fat vegan, you want to use little to no avocado. I'm just kind of gonna run a good stream of this down the side and not worry too much about it. Because avocado is kind of in the place of fish for this vegan sushi, so you don't want to miss too much of that in there. And now for rolling it up. Take this side and use your fingers to kind of keep it all together. And this is a fat roll I just made. Form it like so. Make sure nothing falls out and roll to the end where your miso will seal you up like Elmer's glue. And then sometimes I find the edges are a little bit scant, and I'll grab another blob of cauliflower and just push it in the end there, like a little plug at either side. And now you have your beautiful sushi roll ready to be cut. Now I actually like to let this sit for a minute or two because the moisture from the vegetables will change the texture of the paper, and the paper will be less crispy, and then when you cut it, it won't splinter off. It'll be nice texture. So I just let this sit, and then we'll be back at you guys with the final cutting process. For this part, you want to use a serrated knife because that will keep your sushi from tearing and falling apart when you cut it. And I like to find the seam, which in this case is right here, and actually have that facing upwards for me, so that I can see that that's not getting messed up, because that is the weakest point on the nori roll. And now we very simply lay this where we want it to be and saw in a gentle sawing motion all the way down to the bottom. And there you have your delicious, lovely sushi rolls. And you can make this, I usually cut this into 3. 1, 2, 3. But you can make them smaller if you have a party and you want this to go further. But again, just going all the way down, and there you go. Another one. Just be really gentle with your knife, not too much pressure is needed. Get your perfect rounds. This is looking really good. The most likely pieces to mess up are the ends. So I have some big ends. So sometimes those break and we eat them before the party. But that's pretty much it for sushi. Beautiful. So let me put it on a plate and show you guys. So we just plated that up. And we have a little dipping bowl on the side. A lot of times I make a ginger sauce I make a ginger miso sauce to go with it, but definitely not necessary because the miso itself in the roll gives a little tang of saltiness. And now you have your raw vegan sushi, ready to serve up as hors d'oeuvres. Nutritious, delicious, and easy to make. So thanks for watching me make my vegan sushi and checking out my upgrade to the rice, which is the chia seeds instead of the macadamia nuts that I used to use. They definitely make a nice ricey texture for you. This is one of my favorite snacks, and all of my friends, whether they're raw or not, or vegan or not, love to try this. And it's a fun get together, like, to make it. Like, a lot of times we have all my roommates come over and we just all get together and pitch in and help make the rice and help make the rolls, and it's a good time for all. So thank you guys for watching, and if you liked it, go ahead and let me know below, and try it at home. And if you like it, as in you like the taste, then write me a comment and tell me, because I'm curious who else is a fan of my raw vegan sushi. Bye guys.